Hey you, so in this video, which metal should you have more of, gold or silver? Plus Q&A. I'm just going to be going over just that, so if you like what you hear /see and haven't done so already, please do go ahead and subscribe. So hope everyone's doing well. No one has if they do, they've got mild symptoms. You and your loved ones are doing well. I've made it. Everyone's doing good in my camp, all above board, and got a video out for this week. So just going over a few questions and answers also. Had a few questions I've had for some time now, so sorry for the delays, but as you know, I've been tied down a lot. I'm just going to get into that. So, which metal should you hold more of? Or would you hold more of, should I say, gold or silver? This just comes about just off the topic of this video, just from me coming more into this metal and getting more out of this metal right here. So currently, I would say at one point I've owned well over 10,000 ounces of silver, and that was just the way it was. That was just me coming in over the years, and I think I've even displayed well over that on the channel if you go back in the videos, and just my view and my mindset changed, and coming up to where we are now, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I've been very happy with that change. It could have gone either way. I could have gone even heavier into silver and just being a part of the whole, when the ratio closes up, I'll convert and all the rest of it. But I think right now, my mindset and viewpoint has always been stack what you want more of right now. If it's 50-50, it's fantastic. But for me, it's not so much 50-50 now. It's more, as I've mentioned before, 80-20. So saying that, I've owned well over 10,000 ounces of silver. Where I currently am with my silver stack right now, I would say where I am, but we're giving advice outwards. If you owned 500 ounces, I personally would say you're more than good. Depending on your budget, your everyone's got different finances and savings and where they are and what they earn. But I would say 500 ounces is more than a good enough top. And it all depends on what type of ounces we're talking also. For me, I'm at a place where I would say 1,000 ounces. Give me 500 government and 500 collectors. So that's going to be in the pieces that you're looking at now, and you're comfortable. I just don't know what the perception is out there, but there's been a lot of trading for me, and even on a lot of the videos that I've done quite some time back when I did document me trading my silver out, whether it was collector coins, I was always trading them out for gold. So way before it became like the rush or the in thing, or silver was being demonized, I was converting silver to gold. So I just want to put that out there. I'm a lot more in favor of heavy gold now. I own nowhere near the 1,000 of ounces I once upon a time did in silver. I've done a lot of selling in the background. I'm in a very comfortable place where even with the silver I do own, I'll be more than happy holding it. Some of these pieces right here, I did want to hold on to collector coin pieces because I know as time goes by, there's certain pieces, and I didn't know and still don't know whether it's going to be certain pieces do better than others. Certain pieces just have that longevity to them. If I was going to look at these 10 ounces, for instance, I'm always going to bet on the kookaburra doing well as time goes by, as opposed to the maple leaf and even the lunar coin. The lunar coin, once upon a time, outshone both of these easily. It's not technically a contender because it's a government coin. They just done in a larger size, but this has somewhat of a, hot today, not so hot tomorrow appeal to it, and not knowing what the new generation is always going to do. But I think this is everlasting. So these are the types of pieces that I don't mind holding on to for the long term. These are iconic pieces. We've got such a long running series, and no one knows what's going to end. Having one of the best coins, some would coin the best coin in that series, and in quantity is always a fantastic thing. So that's where I am with my silver. So I don't own as much as I once upon a time did. So I'm in no rush to technically sell. I want to be in a situation where, even with my Queen's Beast coins, you remember I had the monster boxes of the first 3. I want to be in a comfortable position with coins like that. For instance, when we're talking governmented, give me a monster box of silver Britannias and I'm more than comfortable. I still do want to hold a position in silver, but not so much heavy foundation silver, more so heavy foundation gold. With my silver, will I be adding on to it if I didn't have as much as I did? And at some point I will do a stock count and a display, because it can all be put on one table now. Then, if I didn't have as much as I did, then I'd be collecting. But moving forward, as I've mentioned many times before, it would have to be a very strong collector piece to bring me into silver. But I'm always going to have a love for it. I've got pieces that should have went off and had no intentions of keeping, but I've been in a comfortable enough position where I could have held on to them, and I did. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on whether you think you should be, or do you believe, or do you think it's best to be heavy in one, equal in both. I said always, and I always give out the best advice for anybody asking me, is to go 50-50. But from my experience stacking metals, selling metals in highs, buying metals in lows, selling some metals in lows even, and then selling metals in high demand and troublesome times, I now know where I want to be. I have a limit. I have a number to my silver. I have no number to my gold. I hope from here we can see better times where I can accumulate a lot more of this, because currently, as mentioned many other videos before, I said I did split my silver fund into crypto, and that's looking like a bloody mess right now. But I'm expecting big things from crypto, so that's why you may not have seen a lot more of the gold foundation, because those funds have been allocated. But I'm nowhere near as heavy as I once upon a time was. In fact, I'm in a very comfortable position when it comes to silver for inquiries out there. But moving on to the Q&A, it's going to be on a few subjects really. Just that it's been a lot of the questions have been similar, so I'm bunching them all together and getting back to a whole load. But one is going to be about the Germania Mint coins. So the Warrior series, I believe. I do not know. They've got quite a few coins out, and just my thoughts and opinions on that. But to wrap that one up, off kind of on the far side, I would say I've not been a big fan of any of the coins they've really brought out. I think a lot of people that got into them should have sold them while they was burning hot, and if you didn't, then you may have missed an opportunity. But just regarding the Warrior series, I took a quick glimpse, and whether I think it's going to be the one that breaks the mold and it's going to be burning hot, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think they've got a lot out in many different variants, and if it's up now and you can pick it up now and flip it fast now, then do that. Do I think it's going to be one you can pick up and, it'll appreciate over time? I personally don't believe so. But, if somebody else has got into that and they've done great things with it, let me know in the comments. But that's my views on the Germania series. I put down all of their coins that they mint. So next was whether I thought the Marvel coins were a good investment. I'm not sure. I believe they only come out in silver. I think the Marvel coins are good. I personally wouldn't pay large premiums for the Marvel coins. Whether I think you could pick up the Marvel coins and then go on to do big things, it's one of those coins. It's a Perth Mint coin, so I think you're up straight away just off the fact of that. We all know what the Perth Mint quality is like. But from there, has it got what it takes to go on to do great things in terms of appreciation and go on, and we're seeing coins go for the roof. From what I understand, the first couple are doing pretty decent in that regard, but I think they're going to stay where they are. I think they're decent because they can be picked up not too high of a spot price regarding what that is at the time of the day. But, I think they're good as long as you're not paying a crazy premium for them. Would I go all in on them? No. I'd pick up a roll to 2 rolls of each if that's what you was thinking, and maybe see where you go from there. But I don't think they're going to be, crazy in demand. They are working on the new lower mintage, I believe the 50k mintage. But, that's what I think of them. I did want to get into them myself, but the whole franchise thing, there's so much going on with that nowadays. I think back in the days you could have picked up something and it could have gone on to do a mega hit. But I think now companies, especially in these trying times, are milking every avenue. It wouldn't surprise me, you've got Marvel matchsticks and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be expecting major things off a licensed coin like the Marvels, whereas you would have thought it would be known fantastic. But I think it's a great coin to get into. I don't think it will depreciate. So that's just my thoughts again. Once again, let me know yours. And as to whether I'm selling any gold, for the gentleman that wanted to do some purchasing off of myself, no gold I'm selling. I'm buying, I'm trading silver gold. If anybody's doing that, I will put that back out there. But currently, I'm not selling any gold. But I have got silver for sale. If interested or trade, I've put that out there before. So let me know. I've got whatever you need in silver, really. And I like what I've currently got, because I've got collector coins, I've got governmented, and I've got some very, very burning hot silver coins. What I would call the ideal stack right now. What I'm willing to sit on, I think, can appreciate over time, So that's what I do have, but currently not selling no gold. So the next one was for a gentleman that had an opportunity to buy some of these half-ounce Lunar coins, I believe, and whether he thought it was a good price. Now, from what I read, it was half-ounce Lunar's Monkeys, 2016 Lunar 2, and Lunar Dragons. Prices, I wasn't sure because that wasn't made clear whether there was dollars or pounds, but I would say right now, once again, the Dragons, I believe these are half ounces. I'm not sure. I think this is all I own in them. These were picked up a long time, so they was purchased for a fantastic price. But the Dragons, they sold lots of these because it's a very popular design. So I would say, regarding where you are, unless you're getting it for damn near close to spot price, I wouldn't pay a premium for these, because you know, it's best to take a look on eBay what singles are selling for, and they're not exactly flying off the shelves. So you have the funds to be putting it into, I don't know, the half ounce 2016 monkeys, for instance. We had the frenzy with those, you know, they done well. Where they are right now, I've liquidated half of mine for a premium. Where they are right now, I don't know, but I don't hold too much, you know, stock in the whole Lunar 2 going on from strength to strength. That's where I am. You know, at one point I was heavily invested in the Lunar 2. You look at some of my older videos, but I would say you're better off putting your money in governmented coins, you know, stocking up on some Silver Eagles or, you know, Silver Britannias, Canadian Maple Leafs, if the price isn't right. I wouldn't pay a large premium for these coins, be it the 2016 Monkey, a good low mint on the two ounce, I believe. Not too sure where they are with a half ounce. I think the whole range had a low mintage, but as we can see right now, it's been long enough and we're not seeing insane premiums or prices on the secondary market. I don't think now's the time for that. You know, a lot of coins ain't doing fantastic. There's not a lot of buzz on a lot of coins right now. I think all the coins that were hot, if they're not being sold, then you can still somewhat see if you could test the waters with them. But I know the Lunar series coins are doing whatever they was doing. And regarding the dragons, there was many of these. So once again, I personally wouldn't pay a premium for them. But they're always good to look out for if you can get them on the cheap, close to spot or close to what you can get a government bullion coin for. But I personally wouldn't be paying a large premium for these coins, especially on those 2 years. I think, you know, I have these. I think this is the rabbits. Don't know what these are going for, but I expect they're older. So, you know, you could see and get a little bit more. Once again, everything I'm showing is up for trade or sell. Let me know. Holler at me. And, you know, I've got the tigers. I know that was a fantastic year for the half ounces. I know the mouse and the ox and the tigers, obviously going from the mouse first. But when you get to the much higher years and the much popular years, i.e. the dragon, I wouldn't pay a premium for them personally. But that's just my own thoughts and opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, guys. And the next was a gentleman out in Perth, Australia, I believe. And he was looking into purchasing some gold from Perth and wanted to know basically whether he should go ahead and pick up the Lunar 2. So pick up some Lunar 2 1 ounce, half ounce or quarter ounce gold pieces, or as we've just started on the Lunar 3, whether it was best to basically start from the mouse and make a purchase every month or every year when they release them and start building your stack from there, i.e. from now for the next 12 years. As you can see, it's kind of hard to lock in on pieces right now and we don't know what's going to happen. So what I would say with that is that if you have the funds available, it's not going to hurt to pick up the old years right now, especially on the Perth Mint Gold. And also which ones are more collectible. I think with the Lunar series in whole, it's labeled as a collectible coin series. Whether it's going to go on and appreciate, I believe that time's come and gone because we have a lot more things or distractions now where people are diverting their funds. When I've said this before, when Lunar Hot was burning one, there was no crypto market. I think that market alone came along and killed a lot of the coin series, and you won't see the kind of hype that you once upon a time saw. You had kookaburra sets going through the roof, and then the likes of it just is, you know, a lot of people jumped into silver. There was more people to run into the hype. Now it takes a lot more to get a coin series hot. I think with the mintage on the Lunar series that high, no chance. So I think buying them is great, especially if you're, you know, Perth is your local mint and you're an Australian native. But from there, whether you got nothing to lose because they've got such low premiums. But I wouldn't be expecting major things in terms of them going for crazy price at a later date. I know a lot of their 1 ounce high relief coins, because they do so many different variants, also went on to do great. But what they're doing now is another thing, you know, where the demand is. You know, a coin could have been blazing hot at one time. You could have sold it for thousands upon thousands. But is the demand there now? If you put it up on eBay, would it sell? Would you get any interest? Or even if you had to auction it, what would the situation be? So I would say backtrack now and pick up whichever. 1 ounce is going to be best as to what size. 1 ounce be best if your funds can allow that, and pick up whichever ones you can in the gold, you know, especially if you can get them for, I wouldn't pay no large premiums also. So go as far back as where you're not paying insane premiums and then work from there and work your way up. You know, you can easily backtrack and catch up to the mouse and the likes of. They're now doing the platinum, that could be an option, but if they're charging large premiums for that, then I would write that off and just go with the 1 ounce gold. But there is no definite winner. If your Perth is your main mint, then I would go with any of the 1 ounce coins and pick from there. Some to look out for when they come out is going to be the tiger, the predators obviously, and, you know, the dragon. So it's going to be interesting to see. Those should sell well, but, you know, the predators, so the mouse, look out for the upcoming tiger and the dragon. and we'll see how it plays from there. But that's just answering a few questions regarding the links. I've sent them all out via email, so hopefully that catches up with everybody that I haven't caught up with. But, you know, that is going to be the Q&A wrapped up. But the big question once again, which metal would you be heavy on, or do you believe you should be heavy on, gold or silver? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, guys. So I'm going to wrap this one up. But if you haven't done so already, please do go ahead and subscribe and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And I'll catch you guys on the rebound.